Charleston, South Carolina, where magnolia trees stretch over cobblestone streets and the scent of salt water lingers in the humid air, was the kind of place where time moved slowly. The kind of place where neighbors waved at one another, children played in yards until the streetlights flickered on, and an afternoon walk home from school was a rite of passage, not a threat. 10-year-old Nia Harrison never imagined that the walk she had taken 100 times would lead to something so life-altering. That afternoon had started like any other. Nia, with her pink backpack bouncing against her back, had just finished piano lessons with Miss Lantry on Rosewood Avenue. Her braids swayed as she hummed her favorite song, her sneakers tapping lightly against the sidewalk beneath the towering oaks. Mr. Harmon waved from the bakery as she passed, and across the street, Miss Eloise was pruning her roses, giving Nia her usual soft smile. All seemed well in her small slice of Charleston, until the siren broke through the silence. It started distant, barely a hum, but quickly grew louder. Nia paused, puzzled. Police cars didn't frequent Magnolia Lane, not this quiet stretch of town. She instinctively stepped to the side, expecting the cruiser to race past. But it didn't. The patrol car slowed, then stopped beside her. The siren cut abruptly. The door creaked open. Officer Trent Donovan stepped out. He was a tall man with a buzz haircut and steel-gray eyes. His presence felt heavy. Nia knew who he was. Everyone in town did. He had a reputation for pushing too hard, for targeting those who couldn't push back. He wasn't known for kindness. "Hey," he barked. "What are you doing out here, girl?" Nia blinked. Her stomach twisted. "I'm just walking home, sir," she said softly. Donovan's eyes narrowed. "Do you live around here?" "Yes, sir." He stepped closer, casting a long shadow over her. "Don't lie to me. There's been trouble in this neighborhood." Trouble? That didn't make sense. This was her home, her safe place. But before she could say another word, he reached out and grabbed her wrist. The handcuffs clicked into place with a cold finality that stole her breath. "You're under arrest," he muttered. "For what?" she gasped. "I didn't do anything." Neighbors peeked from behind curtains and fences. Some began recording with their phones, but no one intervened. Donovan marched her toward the squad car. She stumbled, tried to keep up, the steel cuffs biting into her wrists. 3 blocks away, Eleanor Jennings stood on her porch, watching with disbelief. At 74, Eleanor had seen more injustice than she cared to remember. But this was a child. She reached for her phone and called someone she hadn't spoken to in years. "Madeline? It's Eleanor. Something just happened. You need to get down here. It's Nia Harrison." Officer Donovan just cuffed her. That call would set into motion something far bigger than any one arrest. In the back seat of the squad car, Nia sat silently, her knuckles white around the straps of her backpack. Tears welled in her eyes, but didn't fall. She thought of her mother, of her music books, of the cookie Miss Lantry had given her after class. All of it felt a lifetime away. Donovan drove in silence, his jaw clenched. His phone buzzed incessantly with texts and calls he ignored. At the other end of town, Detective Madeline Carver read the text message on her screen with a sinking heart. "Donovan, Nia Harrison, arrest." That was all she needed. She grabbed her badge, pulled up his body cam feed, and what she saw made her blood boil. Madeline had spent 25 years in law enforcement. She had seen misconduct. She had seen injustice. But this was a 10-year-old girl being manhandled like a criminal for walking home. She was already out the door. Back at the station, Donovan dragged Nia through the intake doors. Her small feet struggled to keep pace with his boots. Officers at their desks paused. The mood shifted. No one said a word, but they all knew something was wrong. And then the main doors burst open. Judge Silas Harrisona, man known across the state for his unwavering stance on justice, strode into the room. The moment he saw his granddaughter, his face darkened with fury. "What the hell is going on?" he demanded. "Officer Donovan arrested her," Madeline said, arriving just behind him. "No cause. No reason. Just power." Silas turned to Donovan. "Remove the cuffs. Now." Donovan hesitated. A second too long. "Do it," the judge growled. The cuffs came off, but the damage had been done. News spread like wildfire. Footage of Nia's arrest hit social media. The community erupted. Protests began outside the precinct. Local leaders called emergency meetings. School teachers wrote open letters. Parents feared for their children. And still, Donovan remained silent. But the silence wouldn't last. Detective Carver began digging. She pulled Donovan's records complaints from parents, body cam footage, internal memos swept under the rug. What emerged was a pattern. Along one, too many children, too many communities targeted, all ignored. Until now, the community rose. Neighbors who had once kept to themselves now gathered on porches to organize. Petitions circulated. Demands were made. Justice for Nia, signs bloomed across front yards like spring flowers. Meanwhile, Nia's world was turned upside down. She couldn't sleep, couldn't walk alone, couldn't play piano without flinching at sudden sounds. Her innocence had been bruised, but her voice, now amplified, was stronger than ever. Weeks later, a town hall filled to capacity with citizens, reporters, and city officials. The mayor, her voice firm, addressed the crowd. "We failed a child," she said, "but this will not define us. It will change us." And then they called Nia to speak. Her small frame walked to the podium. The room fell silent. "My name is Nia Harrison," she said, "and I was arrested for walking home. I was 10 years old. I didn't do anything wrong, but I was treated like I didn't belong. I was scared, and I don't want any other kid to feel like that. Not ever again." Applause thundered. Tears filled eyes. The movement had a face, a purpose. Donovan was suspended, then terminated. His case forwarded to the state attorney. But that was only the beginning. An independent commission was formed. Policies were rewritten, training restructured, bias exposed. Nia returned to school. Slowly, cautiously, her classmates rallied around her. Her teacher gave her the seat by the window, the one she loved. And one day, while she was practicing piano at Miss Lantry's again, she smiled. Because despite everything, her music had survived. And so had she. Charleston changed. Not overnight, but steadily. And every step forward carried Nia's name. Her bravery. Her truth. And it all began with a walk home. One walk. One child. One voice that refused to be silenced.